After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. We've made it, we have made it. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, bringing you coverage of the Super Bowl. It's almost surreal when you take in the atmosphere, isn't it? The magnificent spectacle that surrounds this game each and every February. And at the center of it, the best team from both conferences who fought all season long for the honor of playing here tonight.
And you know what's beautiful about this stage, Kate? These teams who meet the Super Bowl each and every year, we've learned this. They're not always the most talented team in the league. They're the two who never buckled under the pressure, never let the moment become too big. You know what I love to say? They're the ones that didn't just play with one another. They played for one another. And I can't wait. You can't wait. The world can't wait to see which team truly earns the right to raise that Lombardi and call themselves a champion.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing right away. Right off the rip, he's throwing deep. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Record there to tack on the extra points. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return.
Keep it up.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Ritter to throw. That's caught. Here's Zamir White. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now first run of the game, Zamir White. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to...
Third and a lone yard coming up. Again, this is White. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Finds a man right side. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10. It's a give to White. He's forward. Gets a couple of yards. Chase Young bringing him down there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second and 8. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Throwing on third and long. Buys time, rolling right. He's running for it. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
From the gun, a run for White. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 3 now. It's White on the give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Here he goes on the bootleg. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Raiders finish up their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you...
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders start off well to tie things 7-7. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returnable from the 1. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's going deep. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Good gain out past the 30. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's going to snag a couple of yards, charging up the gut. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. A type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From midfield on 2nd down. Hits his running back. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
The Raiders bringing out a couple extra defensive backs for 3rd down. They're in the dime. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Welcome back, all. 2nd quarter of Super Bowl 62 just moments away. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 31. Completed to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Finds Laporta. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On play action now, McCarthy. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Third and 4 coming up now. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And the Raiders get there and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Will Reichard now to try the Vikings field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Ritter. He puts everything behind this one. That's caught at the 25. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders need only one to take the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. McCarthy to throw it. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Looking to throw, McCarthy. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's the one back on the handoff. This is ahead for about 5. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Going on 3rd, McCarthy. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. And we'll need to pause for an injury here. And this is the last guy you want hurt. Justin Jefferson, the player being tended to. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's a give up the middle. He started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. In for the tackle, that's Lucas Van Ness. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
That one's complete, right side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
A give now from the gun. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Has him on the quick hitter. That puts us at the 2-minute warning. The Vikings driving. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Chased out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. Now it's McCarthy. He's on the move. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get some late points and the lead. One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings push their lead to 3. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Ritter setting up to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Ritter looking to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Defenders there, it's intercepted. Byron Murphy picks it. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Here's McCarthy, first and 10. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. But without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
This throw is caught. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to the air, McCarthy. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Cut near the goal line. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Here comes the final play of our 1st half. A final throw before the break. Escapes the pocket. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. That's Diamador Lenore. And the Raiders intercept the final throw for the end zone, and that is how our 1st half's going to end. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that 1st half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the 2nd half has in store for us. Enough waiting, let's crown a champion, shall we? The 2nd half of the Super Bowl is underway. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
That's simply a difficult tightrope walk to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
Running on 2nd with White. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Even on the outer edges of this field, Kate, a cornerback making a stop behind the line, it's impressive. But in the middle third, that takes a special and fearless type of cornerback.
And the Vikings going to the dime package here. 3rd down coming up. Putting a receiver in motion. Third and long for him here. Finds the in route complete. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He has it at the 33. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it's going to be Vikings football. First and 10 from the 41. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Dumps it off to his running back. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. McCarthy looking to throw. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's trying to push the field. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Ritter to throw. Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 4. Brought in right side. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
The give now to White. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Complete here to Bowers. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Gets it quickly to Bowers. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ritter. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Forced out to his right. That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Finds him over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They'll come up 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Hits his running back. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. Blown back, it's the handoff. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. Looking to throw, McCarthy. The screen pass falls incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now it'll be third and goal.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Third and goal for McCarthy. Rolling out to his left. And they score! It's a Minnesota touchdown! The Vikings make it a 9-point advantage. J.J. McCarthy the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Pressure off left, and it's blocked! Wow, nearly the unthinkable. He almost turned the block into 2 points, but they caught up to him at the very last second for the tackle. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Complete out to the right side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Throwing from the gun. Complete out to the right. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Vegas first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
First down, ball at the 36. Ritter looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Ritter setting up to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now Ritter. Looking right, and he finds him. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Throwing here, Ritter. He's got it near the 10. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Flushed out of the pocket. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Oh, and he can't follow through. He had the deep shot for a moment, Brock, but he bobbled it and drops it.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
On play action now, McCarthy. Laporta with the grab. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, here's McCarthy. Completed to his running back. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Handoff now from the gun. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 3 on that game. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Back-to-back carries here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Back to throw it. He's on the move. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
4th and 3, drive on the line. Looking to throw. They connect for the first. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Vikings up by just a couple of points. Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll motion Jefferson left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So after the 5 yards are marched off, here's 1st and 15. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He finds Laporta. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he can't find a lane before being wrapped up at the line. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. He's back to throw. Finds Laporta. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
On 1st down, they'll run. He drives this down to the 8 before going out. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive into the ground with all you got.
And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Here he is to throw. He rolls to his right. And the Kings of the North are now kings of the NFL. The Minnesota Vikings are Super Bowl champions. To the podium, Commissioner Roger Goodell to award that Lombardi Trophy to the Minnesota Vikings, Super Bowl 62 champions. So that is a wrap. Another memorable NFL season in the books for our entire team here at EA Sports. For my partner Brock Hewitt here, our fellow commentators Brandon and Charles, Mike and Greg, I'm Kate Scott saying thanks for watching. We cannot wait to catch y'all again next season. Until then, good night, everybody, from the Super Bowl.